Hi Leo, welcome to your love reading for 19. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, as well as the recommend a reader shout out, which goes to Heidi S. I don't know how to say her last name, but I did put her last name, because that's what her channel name is, in the description box below with her link. And this is intended to be a romantic love reading, but it may resonate in other areas of your life. This could even be a new development in a current love situation. So new love or a new development, either way. Okay, so I thought I'd try something different and see, instead of just drawing a card, to see where, basically let this pick. So there we go. Gonna see what it does. All right, so it's going up over here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's going up here. So I'm gonna move it right here and see where it goes. Okay, so it's going for right here. So King of Pentacles. All right, so you could be dealing with a Virgo. Could be dealing with somebody that is very just secure, work-oriented, male or female. These have already been pre-shuffled, so I will just go ahead with those. 5 of Wands, 4 of Cups, 2 of Cups, Magician, Gemini, Virgo, or Aries, and 8 of Swords, 4 of Swords. All right. Okay, so, right, Leo, what do we got here? Okay, so is this somebody that's shy? Is this someone that is just all business and they're shy and they're not, are you going to have to take the initiative? Because this is someone that just has got, they're very good at what they do in one area of their life, but the rest, they're kind of reticent or reluctant because they don't want to not have control. All right, so... this looks like you're going to meet this person through friends, and they might very well be coming out of a relationship or having just ended, and you might have been set up with friends this month, that sort of thing. So it could also be that you meet them online, but they might need a little more time to get over their situation. All right, what's this 5 of Wands about for Leo? 5 of Wands. It's almost like their default. They're kind of content. Ooh, 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups twice. They're kind of content to just remove themselves. They're not very extroverted anyway. They're not very gregarious or outgoing, or even they're kind of just shy and reserved. So it's a natural default for them to kind of pull back anyway and keep under themselves. They're very good at it. It just allows them more control in their life. All right. 4 of Cups. 4 of Cups about. Whoops. We got the Hermit that just flipped upside down. So this could be somebody that's kind of not... They're not withdrawn because they're soul searching and they're thinking about something. They're past that. Their life is good. They're pretty much in control and doing their own thing. They're just, their disposition though is kind of just always once removed. They're very shy. They're very pulled back. They're very somber about things. Very focused on work. But the attraction that you two have is going to definitely, that's there. The attraction is there. However, you and this person are going to have very different styles. They're quiet and project-oriented, like they're kind of a taskmaster, and that's where their security lies. You are much more just probably open, outgoing, friendly, and warm. They're much more reserved, and their focus is on work, and that's kind of a natural, like I said, a default for them, because they might be still kind of getting over a past situation, whether it's something just heavy in general, like family or medical, or business isn't doing so well, whatnot. But they find that they just deal with things better internally rather than expressing them externally. So this is someone that's reserved anyway, but they're also kind of going through dealing with a past breakup, but they're over it. They're overthinking about it. They're over trying to figure it out, wondering why. So they're not actively doing that. They're not soul searching. They're not isolating themselves because of that. But being productive does help them work things out in their head. Just saying. So there's that. What's this 2 of Cups about? This is someone that's pretty solid in all other areas of their life. Their life is up and running, and they maintain it as such. They're good with that. They like that. That's where their security lies for them, is control, longevity, predictability, that sort of thing. What's this 2 of Cups about? King of Swords. That could be Gemini. this Magician about? Four of Swords and the Eight of Swords. What's this about? The Magician. All right. So again, you could have met this person through friends, through, you know, social clubs that you belong to, or, you know, religious organizations, that sort of thing. You could have met that person in this situation, but as far as getting this off the ground, again, this is someone that's just really removed, and they might not say a lot, they might not initiate a lot, they might not feel very confident in the romantic area, or it's just not a major interest to them. So it's going to take a while for them to kind of be open to the idea of connection, but the attraction will be there, and I gather that you sense that, otherwise you wouldn't waste your time. So the attraction's there, but as far as getting things up and running and off the ground, this person doesn't really have a whole lot of savvy with that. They're just kind of, maybe they haven't dated in a while. You know, they might still be thinking about something, but they're not mourning anything. They're just kind of been single for a while and don't really know what to do or how to say, or they just don't have any use for pretense or flirting, or it might be you that has to initiate and kind of let it be known, like, hey, hi, let's do this. Would you like to come see me at such and such? Okay, because that's where I'm going to be if you wanted to stop by. Wink, wink. You know, they might need a little bit of a nudge. All right. Just know that this person does prioritize their work and stability and future. This is someone who is of means. This is someone who probably is an entrepreneur or a business owner. They're very good at what they do professionally, and that is a priority because that will never let them down. Especially if they feel kind of weird in relationships, or kind of like it's, you know, they're just kind of shy, or maybe they felt like they always let their partner down because they weren't very forthcoming with words or affection or all that. This is someone that, you know, their job or their career is something they can manage and control and intuit and predict and all of that. So that's where their focus is. So it could be that things are slow going, that it's going to be a series of you and this person in the same setting and getting to know each other slowly. Because they, aside from being shy, they're going to be kind of just not thinking that it could be that, like, oh no, they don't want to assume, they don't want to, you know, they don't want to be too bold or just assume that somebody would be interested in them, even if they do have this secret raging crush on you. They don't want to, you know, be too pushy, or don't want to assume, you know. Okay, so it's going to be low and slow for a while. Ooh, we got 2 4s. All right. Yeah, okay, so subject of reflection. So this is going to be somebody that's going to be probably very, like, well, like I said, just thinks internally, doesn't really speak externally, like handles things internally, thinks before they speak, is very slow to respond because they're very measured about their responses. Just somebody that's very careful and measured and responsible about things. That's their wheelhouse. They do things safely and responsibly and respectfully. This doesn't feel like it's controlling. It feels like this is someone that always wants to do the right thing. Like they just want to be appropriate, and they like things a certain way, and they would be mortified if they ever made somebody uncomfortable or offended them, you know? What else for Leo? Oh, I got 2. Okay, look at this. 2 of Cups again. 2 of Cups, 2 of Cups, 2 of Cups. And then, yep, there's that 9 of Wands. Okay, so with the King of Pentacles. This is somebody that has been in, this one might have a couple of divorces under their belt, male or female. But this is someone who has been around, this is not their first backyard barbecue or whatnot. And so they're not keen on rushing into anything. They feel like they've learned. They feel like they've been around the block a few times and they don't want to get burned again. So they are all about the low and the slow. So the potential is there, the crush is there, the interest, but they're not about to rush into anything. If anything, feeling that way about you might make them a little like, oh God, don't look, don't look. That person's over there again. Because, you know, it's been a while and they don't want to get hurt. Because the last one, whatever it was it feels like they've been single for a while, because the last one kind of took a lot from them or out of them, especially if this is somebody of means. They're going to be protective of that. All right. What else here? Leo. What's this one? Oh, God. Skull of darkness. These are blind spots. Right. That's what this person's trying to prevent. Here's the thing. We've got the Two of Cups 3 times. And we've got the Nine of Wands. And then we've got the Five of Wands right here. So that is attraction. But low and slow is the way to go so that you don't miss those blind spots. So that you don't end up having a big old row because you're crazy and they're crazy, or talking, and while the attraction's there and everything was supposed to be so wonderful, all of a sudden, you know, you have this big old blowout and it's like, whoa, wait, didn't see that coming. Why? Blind spots. That's why slow and low and getting to know each other over time. It might not be your speed, but that's what this person needs because they don't want to make the same mistakes that they feel like they've made in the past. They might even be beating themselves up over it. They might even be blaming themselves, you know? I mean, this is somebody that does value predictability and control and reliability. So if the thing failed, there's no in between for them. They go from blaming themselves to, well, this person wasn't a very good person, blah, 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 to all of a sudden, oh my gosh, I should have done better. I should have been more this, or, you know what I mean? So this is someone that's not going to want to have to take that into consideration because they've been there before and they don't want to feel that way again, to where they feel like they were at fault or they stepped in it and made someone feel bad. They're a very noble person, this person. And they're very layered. It's going to take a while to get to know them. Very cautious. What else for? I did these cards because coming, you know, at the end of the month, so something a little fun. Now you can't see that. Awesome. All right. For Leo. That's for Leo. You know, I have to say, before I pull it, you know what I like, though? I like that you're not rushing in to fix this or show this person how wonderful you are. Well, I can fix this. Doesn't need to be fixed. So it's good that you're not rushing in there doing that. This doesn't feel like, it feels like you're content to be like, oh, okay, so that's not that person's speed. Oh, okay, so that's where we'll draw the line. That's fine. Because this isn't for you to fix. There's nothing wrong with them. And it's good that you, for this instance, for the context of this reading, the Leos that I'm reading for, you get that. This is you respecting someone's space and being like, oh, okay, yeah, nope, totally get it. It might be that you have to kind of let them know if you want, you know, that you are interested or that they get the green light, but you're not rushing in there trying to make them be more assertive or make them be more exciting or have some more fun, because they're just fine. They're not looking to be rescued or transplanted or pulled out of anything. They're up and running. They're good. So this is about you two kind of respecting each other's space and things growing over time. Some people, you know, assume that if somebody's quiet, it's because they just need to be shown a little fun or something. No, maybe that stresses somebody out to be like, here, have fun, and drop them in the middle of a crowd and loud music. Sometimes that's not. Vacation. Take time for relaxation and adventure. Take time. Yes. So this is, again, with the low and the slow, this is kind of that in and out. You see him, and then a little bit of time goes by, and you see him, but it's a very leisurely progression. So it could be that there's some vacation that you two go on together, but there's no expectations. It's just a very leisurely progression. It's very casual and relaxed. So as far as vacation, maybe there's some kind of group venture, or maybe you two decide to go on a vacation together. But either way, I think that speaks more to the way this feels. That this is just kind of a really leisurely, relaxed progression of things. Nothing really heavy, no schedules, no agenda. It's just like taking time to relax and see what comes up. For Leo. Yeah, the biggest thing too, this person is like they don't want to assume anything. So that might be why it feels like it would be kind of up to you to be like, hey, so wink, wink, you know, because they don't want to assume, they don't want to, you know, the last thing they want to do is be inappropriate, to offend, to be at fault for something, God forbid. It's not that they don't like being wrong, it's that they don't want to do something that would be inappropriate or wrong. What else for Leo? Dang those swords, because I can never tell which one it is. And this one right here, I mean, come on. 8 of swords, this could be reversed or upright. Okay, I should put a dot on it. That's what I should do. I should put a dot on it. Okay, so 8 of swords and 6 of cups reversed. All right, so 8 of swords, we see the 8 of swords right here, and the 6 of cups reversed. This is someone that is maybe they do have a little trouble letting go of the past. There's an air of them being reserved because they're still kind of working out something, so they don't have an emotional attachment, but they're still thinking about it. This could be somebody that could be beating themselves up for their past failures. That's just not letting, and that's why they value and prize work and job and security so much, is because that they can count on, that they can control. But this could be somebody that is kind of hasn't really been able to put down their past failures, or is still kind of beating themselves up for certain areas of their life that didn't. Maybe that's why they're right here, is because they've kind of been through it. They got taken for granted. They were treated disrespectfully in their mind, things like that. So this is someone that might need a little help getting out of that mindset. But again, it's not anything you do per se. It's probably just you two coming together. And I mean, we got the Two of Cups 3 times. So this is someone that feels very, the attraction's there. But maybe this attraction kind of causes them some stress, like, oh gosh, I'm attracted, and I don't want the same thing to happen last time, so they recede and they pull back further, and it's going to have to be, again, low and slow, because they're going to need time to feel comfortable, and in time maybe they'll see that, oh, it doesn't have to be like that, and they can begin to kind of unpack whatever they're hanging on to, whatever's got them kind of bound up. But it feels like they want to, because they've been doing a lot of thinking about their past. They've been doing a lot of thinking about their prior situation. And so there's not really an emotional attachment to it, but they are kind of being rather hard on themselves, and they keep thinking about what they could have done better, that sort of thing. So, because it's very useful in business, right? If you got your own business, or if you're, if you like what you do and all that, it's like you're always kind of reflecting in that area. Well, maybe this person needs to get off that train when it comes to relationships, because you can only shoulda, woulda, coulda so much before it's ineffective and it's intrusive in your present life, So it looks like there's going to be a bit of a learning curve here for your person to kind of learn to set this down and be open to the newness with you. Maybe that's why this showed up. Take time for relaxation and adventure, because maybe this person is spending a lot of time thinking about their past until you enter the picture. And then they're like, whoa, I don't know what to do, and I don't want to carry it forward with Leo, but so I guess I need to work on putting things in its proper place and making room for the new, Can't believe that. 3 two of Cups. Holy cow. You got a full house. 3 Two of Cups and 2 Ace of Swords. So new and exciting love brings on stress. Which you can always work through, right? Okay. All right. So I hope this was helpful. And I wish you good progress with this, or a natural, easy progression with this. It's going to be low and slow and take some time, and nobody's in any hurry here, which is a good thing, because I think this person would probably short circuit if it was any quicker. So, okay. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Take care.